Stock market news today. Dow closes almost 200 points higher as Fed's Powell affirms on fighting inflation. The Wall Street Journal. Follow the Wall Street Journal's full markets coverage. Null. Will Camilla be queen? What to know about Charles's wife. The Washington Post. The wife of a king usually assumes the title of queen. For Camilla Parker Bowles, this wasn't a given. Queen Elizabeth II's son Charles, 73, is now king after his mother, the longest reigning monarch in British history, died in Scotland on Thursday. He inherits the sovereign title and job as head of Th. +2348 Chars. Stock market news today. Dow closes almost 200 points higher as Fed's Powell affirms on fighting inflation. The Wall Street Journal. Follow the Wall Street Journal's full markets coverage. Null. Eating a diet rich in protein and iron can prevent hair loss in men. Expert says. Daily Mail. Dr. Susan Masick, a dermatologist at Ohio State University, urged men to act as soon as their hairline starts to recede in order to slow hair loss. Eating a diet rich in protein and iron while avoiding shampoos that contain potentially hair-damaging chemicals can help men avoid hair loss. Experts say. Masick, pictured, said that hair loss after +6052 Chars. Study reveals striking differences in brains of modern humans and Neanderthals. The Guardian. Results believed to be first compelling evidence that modern humans were cognitively better than Neanderthals. Neanderthals results believed to be first compelling evidence that modern humans were cognitively better than Neanderthals. Neanderthals have long been portrayed as our dim-witted, thuggish cousins. N. +4477 Chars. Panthers announce 2022 captains. Panthers.com. Christian McCaffrey earned the honor for the fourth time and Shaq Thompson for the third time. After voting by players. Null. Tim Cook revealed the real reason Apple won't fix green bubbles. The Verge. Apple's CEO Tim Cook shot down the possibility of bringing the Google-championed RCS protocol to iPhones and iMessage at the Code conference, meaning the green bubble problem won't be getting better anytime soon. Do you think Tim Cook ever sends green bubble texts? Illustration by Alex Castro, The Verge. Last night, Tim Cook shot down the possibility of solving the green bubble problem and he revealed the R+2947 Chars. SEC's Gensler Signals Support for Commodities Regulator having Bitcoin oversight. The Wall Street Journal. SEC Chief Gary Gensler says he looks forward to working with Congress to give the Commodity Futures Trading Commission added power to oversee and regulate crypto non-security tokens and related intermediaries. Washington Securities and Exchange Commission Chairman Gary Gensler signaled that he would support Congress handing more authority to the SEC's sister markets regulator to oversee certain cryptocurrencies. +311 Chars. Operation Unicorn. What happens after Queen Elizabeth II dies in Scotland? Page 6. While many fans are familiar with Operation London Bridge, few are aware of Operation Unicorn, which was established in case the monarch died in Scotland. While many fans and followers of the royal family are familiar with Operation London Bridge, the 10-day plan in place if Queen Elizabeth II were to die in London. Fewer are aware of Operation Unicorn. +2371 Chars. Tim Cook revealed the real reason Apple won't fix green bubbles. The Verge. Apple's CEO Tim Cook shot down the possibility of bringing the Google-championed RCS protocol to iPhones and iMessage at the Code conference, meaning the green bubble problem won't be getting better anytime soon. Do you think Tim Cook ever sends green bubble texts? Illustration by Alex Castro, The Verge. Last night, Tim Cook shot down the possibility of solving the green bubble problem and he revealed the +2947 Chars. World-changing, malaria vaccine developed. BBC News. BBC News. A malaria vaccine with world-changing potential has been developed by UK scientists. The team at the University of Oxford expect it to be rolled out next year. Null. NASA eyes 2 dates in late September for Artemis I launch, but several hurdles remain. CNN. NASA has 2 new dates in mind: September 23 or September 27, for the next attempt at launching its massive new moon rocket on an uncrewed test mission. But there are still several hurdles that could stand in the way, any of which could push the launch date. Sign up for CNN's Wonder Theory Science newsletter. Explore the universe with news on fascinating discoveries, scientific advancements and more. NASA has 2 new dates in mind: September 23 or September +4277 Chars. Bills at Rams. Time. Channel. How to watch. Key matchups. Pick for Week 1, Thursday Night Football, Showdown, CBS Sports. Los Angeles kicks off its title defense on Thursday night. The 2022 NFL season is finally here. There will be a total of 272 games played this season before we get to the playoffs. And the first of those games sees the defending champion Los Angeles Rams beg. +10008 Chars. MultiVersus. Official Gizmo gameplay trailer. IGN. Null. Your browser isn't supported anymore. Update it to get the best YouTube experience and our latest features. Learn more. Remind me later. United Airlines hoping you'll pay $100 to ride this to the airport. New York Post. The taxis will take off and land vertically, like helicopters. United Airlines thinks that in a few years, plenty of big city customers will pay $100 or more for a one-way ride to the airport in a 4-seat, electric-powered air taxi. The Chicago-based airline. +1980 Chars. Queen Elizabeth dies at 96, ending an era for Britain. Reuters UK. Less than href equals https www.reuters.com/world/uk/queen-elizabeth-reign-golden-age-or-last-embers-bygone-era-2022-09-08/ Target equals _blank greater than Queen Elizabeth less than a greater than Britain's longest reigning monarch, the nation's figurehead and a towering presence on the world stage for Balmoral, Scotland. September 8. Reuters. Queen Elizabeth, Britain's longest reigning monarch, the nation's figurehead and a towering presence on the world stage for 7 decades. Died peacefully at he. +6000 Chars. Prisco's NFL Week 1 picks. Chargers roll over Raiders. Baker Mayfield tops X-Team. Jaguars upset Commanders. CBS Sports. Pete Prisco reveals his Week 1 picks, including the Giants covering versus the Titans. One game at a time. 1 week at a time. Never look ahead. It has to be week by week. It's a 4-quarter season, with the first quarter being the most important right now. Coach speak. Don't you L. +7408 Chars. 6 exercises that keep your brain active and help reduce the risk of dementia. CNBC. Physical exercise may help reduce your risk for the onset of dementia. Here are some exercises to consider from a neurologist and a fitness trainer. Physical exercise may be helpful in lowering the risk of the onset of dementia. And experts say the best time to start adding them to your routine is now. Health information of over 500,000 people. +3326 Chars. NASA's asteroid-slamming spacecraft catches first look at target. Photo. Space.com. We're less than a month out from impact. That's no moon. That's a moonlet. NASA's double asteroid redirection test. DART. Spacecraft just beamed back the first image of its target, the moonlet Dimorphos, as well as its body it orbits. Th. +2767 Chars. Week 1 injury report. Bengals. Steelers.com. A look at player injuries and practice participation for Week 1. The Steelers continued their preparation for Sunday's game against the Cincinnati Bengals, with a few changes on the injury front from one day earlier. Receiver Deontay Johnson, who injured his show. +2131 Chars. iPhone 14 one-ups the iPhone 13 in this category. Battery life. CNET. Apple says every iPhone 14's battery will last all day, an improvement over the iPhone 13. This story is part of Focal Point iPhone 2022. CNET's collection of news, tips and advice around Apple's most popular product. During its fall product event on Wednesday, Apple said the iPhone 14 a +2124 Chars. Fed's Powell affirms need to act strongly to fight inflation. The Wall Street Journal. Central bank officials haven't pushed back against expectations for a third consecutive 0.75-point rate increase later this month. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell said the central bank is squarely focused on bringing down high inflation to prevent it from becoming entrenched as it did in the 1970s. Firming expectations. +316 Chars. Queen Elizabeth's most iconic fashion moments through the years, page 6. Queen Elizabeth II always looked perfectly well, regal, whether she was wearing a ball gown or country tweed. Here, see her best looks of all time. Queen Elizabeth II died at her home in Balmoral on Sept. 8, 2022, at the age of 96, following a 70-year reign, the longest in British history. Over the course of Her Majesty's historic time on the +407 Chars. Bills vs. Rams anytime touchdown scorer player props. 3 players to bet on Thursday night, the Action Network. Jill Gallant breaks down what he's betting in the anytime touchdown prop market for the NFL season opener between the Bills and Rams. After a grueling 207-day break, the NFL is back. The regular season kicks off an annual marathon of betting. And with the emergence of player props, there's no market that has exploded more in popular. Plus 3013 chars. 3 amazing caffeine alternatives for quick, clean energy, and the science behind them. SciTechDaily. If you're anything like the vast majority of Americans, you've probably consumed caffeine nearly every day of your adult life. The question is, do you do it because you like it? Or because you need it? In a March 2022 survey carried out by the International F. If you're anything like the vast majority of Americans, you've probably consumed caffeine nearly every day of your adult life. The question is, do you do it because you like it? Or because you need it? Plus 8534 chars. Moonwalking. Spacesuits for NASA's Artemis I mission will be built by Axiom Space, The Verge. NASA awarded a $228.5 million contract to Axiom Space for them to build a spacesuit capable of withstanding the extreme environment of the lunar surface. The contract is worth $228.5 million. A photo illustration of Axiom Space's spacesuit. Image. Axiom Space. NASA is already packing for its next moon landing. And it's ordering some new spacesuits for plus 1695 chars. Prisco's NFL Week 1 picks. Chargers roll over Raiders. Baker Mayfield tops X-Team. Jaguars upset Commanders. CBS Sports. Pete Prisco reveals his Week 1 picks, including the Giants covering versus the Titans. One game at a time. 1 week at a time. Never look ahead. It has to be week by week. It's a 4-quarter season, with the first quarter being the most important right now. Coach speak. Don't you L. Plus 7408 chars. Evil Dead. The Game. Official Evil Dead 2013 update trailer. IGN. The Evil Dead 2013 update is available now for Evil Dead. The Game, bringing new survivors MIA and David Allen to the game. A free new single-player side Ms. Null.